And here we go, the main game. And there's Alucard, the main protagonist. Look, watch him run. God, if I could only run like that in the actual game. But alas, we move like a slug. Well, at first, anyways. So this is Alucard. He's got some nifty-ass equipment. And he's pretty badass right now. Now, you probably noticed why the heck did I just fight Dracula with the whip. Apparently, depending on, you know, if you don't use hearts, all these different will actually affect Alucard's stats. So, that's why I generally don't try to use hearts and just go at him with, you know, just the whip. Anyway. And killing wargs that explode into fire. Staple of Castlevania. Well, this style of Castlevania games anyway, that is a staple. Just dramatic, you know, enemy death. Ow. Hey, that was uncalled for. You die now. Ha! You die. Oh my god. Well, that was awkward. Yeah, let's get back to this. Whoa, I forgot zombies were trying to do the thriller with me. Anyways. Yeah, I got a call to go unload groceries. Yeah, that was horrible timing. Anyway. Back to monster killing. Yeah, we just mow right through these guys. We are Alucard, master of the badass Bishonen powers. Luckily, we're not sparkling vampires like Twilight. No, this is back when vampires were badass. Also, badass is this music, as I said before. And I'm going to go ahead and level up by killing fishmen. Creatures from the Black Lagoon that did not, well, rejects. Ooh, what's that? Coin that I don't need. Stop jumping in the water. Water's bad, apparently. Everyone's wonders, like, why Alucard has a fear of the water or whatever. One of the old legends about vampires is they couldn't cross running water. Apparently it was, you know, deadly to them, so even though this water seems a little on the stagnant side, I guess it counts. Yeah, I love that. That's the ability of the sword. I believe if you do a Hadouken motion, you can do that, which is always a good thing. Let's go ahead and level up. Probably level up till I get to level 5. So yeah, we're killing monsters and they're dying. Isn't this awesome? Yeah, sure. So yeah, this playthrough is pretty much just going to be going through the game. I'm not going to do 100% of anything or, you know, maximum amount of exploration items. At least not in this run. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this run a second time on my main channel, and that one's going to be a lot more detailed and thorough, so this is just for silliness and yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Watch as I go kill these bats. Watch as I drop in this whatever. Okay. The fishmen are smiling at me and firing fireballs even though they're water types. That doesn't make any sense even in the Pokemon type science. No. Anyway. I believe there's something up there, but I cannot get to it yet. And you die. Nice puppy, good puppy, dead flaming puppy. And let's go ahead and pay a visit to an old friend as we get a turkey. Well, hello.
これはアルカード様。一体何をしに参られましたか。知れたこと。そこを引いてもらおう。 まだ人間の味方をなさるか。我らの元に戻れとは申しません。せめて手を引いていただきたい。
それはできぬ相談だ。
仕方ありませんが、この場は一旦退きましょう。今一度よくお考えください。
I like the pause on that. And Death, being the goit that he is, just stole all of our equipment. So yeah, we are no longer Studley. We have to start all the way back from the beginning. Yeah. Also, note the guys impaled on spikes. That's kind of a tradition of Vlad the Impaler, who, of course, the Bram Stoker's Dracula novels, you know, the character Dracula is based off of. Anyways, let me cut back to the American version.
Alucard. What is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
A really insolent boy. But there will be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
Alright, so let's get back to things. See, I'm going to do the double audio thing, you know, when we get to a cutscene, I'll just quickly go to, you know, the English dialogue so you guys can hear what's going on. The main reason why I'm doing it mainly with the Japanese voices is for the fact that, well, no one really does it with the Japanese voices unless they have the Saturn version. So yeah, I just want to do something a little bit unique that hasn't been done as much as other, you know, people that have done this game pretty much to death, or undeath in this case. And short sword. We get a common short sword. Nothing like the Alucard sword we had, but it'll do. So we're not completely naked. Well, we sort of are, but yeah. And we get the red rust. These are automatic drops, by the way. And we get the Cube of Zoe, which now allows us to collect items that are in these candles. Joy. What's down here? Ah, save point. Yes. Go ahead and save. And yes, I like how the spheroid dodecahedron turns into a giant casket. Not bad. That's pretty cool. Of course, Alucard has his black shadow after image, showing that, you know, he's so quick that humans can only see a blurred image of him, I guess. Although in almost all the other games of this style, I think every character has like an after image. And we move on. Also, this is a nice little innovation. They notice the CD here. This is actually the load times, and they kind of hide it with this scene. Pretty nice. Creative way. And we're in the Alchemy laboratory with more music. Do 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 do. Ow! And I just got, well, boned by a skeleton. Hardy har har. Okay, I better fight better here. Okay. Gotta remember, the backstep is my friend. Oi. You die. Okay. Go over here, get this, and we get our first armor of the game. Well, technically I could have got armor off the zombies. I gave you a clock tunic, but I don't want that. Please press the correct buttons here. Here we go. Hide cuirass. Tan leather cuirass. Or cuirass, or how you pronounce it. I used to know the pronunciation, but I can't, you know, be bothered with it right now anymore. Funny that even though the skeleton looks like he has a longer sword, we have a better range than him. Oh well. And we get a shield. Oddly enough, I don't think very many of the other Castlevania games had shields, now that I think about it. Kind of strange. Shields can block some projectile attacks, and of course they add some defense to Alucard. Also, they have other effects depending on items you get. And wow. Yeah, the difference is pretty apparent because, wow. They were doing 7 points, I thought. Now they're only doing 1? Ah, the axe armors. Oh. Like how they have such a deep voice in this version. At least the Japanese. I don't know how their voices are in the English translation. Okay, now do some trickery here. That's not what I wanted to do. Actually, it is. I remember what I have to do now. I have to wait for him to get up, walk, jump, and jump. And we can get this early in the game. The Basilard. I gotta point out the Basilard, well, even though it's weak in this version of the game, in Aria of Sorrow, is such a broken early game weapon. I mean, it's like, for 3 areas of the castle, it's like the best weapon in the game, or the early game. Unless you're playing hard version, you get the Kaiser Knuckle, in which case, yeah. Ow. Hey, stop that! Stop that! I don't have any ranged weapons right now. Yeah, fight the skeleton guy. There we go. Hey. Oh, I love the architecture. Dracula is so grandiose with his castles. And secret area, whee! And we found a secret passage. Let us explore and see what we can find. We find a green vat of stuff. Beaker. And life max up. Awesome. Funny, this game has a level up system, much like a, RPG, but also gives us, max, kind of like heart containers pretty much. Kind of interesting. So, I should talk about this game and the concept of it. Yeah, it has been described as either, Castleroid or Metroidvania style. This meaning that the linear, going straight ahead through stages and kicking various, monster bosses' asses in different areas of the castle. We lose that linearity and pretty much it's non-linear exploration based. There's an RPG elements to it. It was the first one to actually, well, I shouldn't say it's the first one to actually do this. The first game to actually bring in this sort of element was actually Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, especially with the non-linearity and whatnot. But also, to a lesser extent, Vampire Killer, which was on the MSX, that actually had a shop system. And this game also has a shop system, but we haven't got to the shop yet, so yeah. Sure, just exploring and doing stuff. And taking an axe in the face, that's great. Thank you, X Armor. I needed my daily dose of iron today. Dun, 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 explore! But this game, considered by many to be the best Castlevania game, but also considered by some, especially a lot of the people that played like the older game, considered this to be kind of the downfall of the straight up Castlevania games that we, action-packed Castlevania games of the past. Castlevania 1 through 4, Bloodlines, actually it wasn't until this game that we had, a straight up Castlevania game for like over a decade.